January 8th of 2016. Man, it's gonna be what? 2 more days until I turn 36. Happy birthday to me. I wanted to talk about therapy. The psychological kind. You know, I'm not sure if this happens to. It's got to happen to people, but for different reasons about their hesitance towards a therapy. Mine, in particularly, is that I find myself often being introspective, and I think of myself clever enough that I don't often think, or I wouldn't assume that that a therapy session could be beneficial. It's like, what are you doing? You're just telling me stuff that I already know, right? So about 2 or 3 days ago, I went to go see a psychologist because I was trying to see if I can get something to help me study better, like Adderall or Ritalin or some type of ADD medication. And when I was there in front of the doctor, we ended up talking more about my life and less about things that actually would probably help towards diagnosing me with ADD. In fact, I have to still take a survey after the fact, after the session, because we didn't address it as much. So much to the point, up to the point that towards the end of the session, the therapist was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. You're not here for like a regular standard psychology session. You're actually here for this." Actually, I'm gonna test out this microphone. It's a new microphone that I have. So I guess I should do that first. Yep, microphone works okay. All right. So, man, I realize that there are a lot of subjects and a lot of videos that I have now that I need to get done. Things to record, get out, I don't know. A couple things about. I have purposefully avoided some of these subjects because they're rough, man. I'm gonna end up having to make some videos about my past relationships and my current situation in my personal life, and another video about religion and God, and then another video about my obsession with technology and what I want out of life. If at the very least, even if I don't end up getting any type of prescriptions for ADD, maybe I can look at the silver lining and say that the therapy that I had, or the session that I had, was enough for me to go ahead and now am able to address these issues or talk about these issues, because this is important to me. I mean, I'm glad that at least that I'm making this video, because it's shortly after coming out of that office, I was like, I want to record these, and I knew that once I got started, this would be easier. Humans are very habitual creatures. And I just needed to get to the habit of, talking to you. This camera on my computer, recording this. That's why I got all these things for this. So I guess that's going to be the gist of this particular video. Was kind of like, I don't know if I want to still keep going to the therapy. I still have that same kind of prejudice. I still have that same kind of hesitance, like, what am I going to do? And the psychologist seemed interested in, like, my experiences as a Jehovah's Witness, me leaving the religion, how that affected of becoming from such a strong, faithful believer to being an atheist. And I'll go into more details on the video specifically for that, but I understand that psychologists' job oftentimes is to show interest in their patients, to listen to their patients. So to a certain degree, I get that, I did pay him, or I am paying him to listen to me. So if by chance he was showing genuine personal interest outside of professionalism because he found my backstory interesting enough that he wanted to know more about, determining that between him being paid because he's done this enough that he's good at it, I would imagine so, to show this interest. I don't know the difference between the two, but he wanted me to come back. He wanted to talk to me more. And I don't know if he wanted to talk to me more because, one, I'm interesting enough, which I could believe, that's probably maybe my best quality, I guess, because it's a compliment or an observation that I often get when I'm meeting new people, but it doesn't sometimes go past that. It's just, that's kind of interesting. Or if it's because, he's, whatever, I'm just another person, maybe, and he's just like, doing his job. Or, he wants to get me hooked, so that way I keep going back, and, obviously it's more money for him. So, I don't know. I'll have to go back at least a couple times for me to pan out to find out whether or not I'll be able to get some assistance with some ADD medication, at least a couple sessions, and I'll, post what happens. So I just wanted to talk about the therapy, and I wanted to talk about the fact that I'm making some new videos coming up in the future, and gosh, I don't know if it's in my head. I think maybe I feel a little better afterwards. I felt crap immediately afterwards, though. Having my soul on top of a examination table being picked and prodded by someone and having to say things to, I normally don't have a problem talking about my past, but I have barriers. There's things that I will not go into and say. I'll brush off, but when you're almost giving someone unrestricted access and they're like, let's talk about your ex-wife, let's talk about, your dad, your relationship with your dad, let's talk about the relationship with your mom. It was rough. It pretty much put me out of commission for that next day, because the following day when I came back from work, I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to go to sleep. I was just like, just depressed a little bit, just whatever. But the day after, and even right now, I think I feel better than I did before. I don't know. I'll try not to question too much. I'll try to roll with it, be in the moment, and appreciate this brevity of goodwill, good feelings. In any case, I'll try to see if I can go ahead and do those videos and let you know what I'm going to do for my birthday. I have no idea. There's a big part of me that I don't want to do anything. I don't. We'll see. Anyway, signing off.